Hey guys, Jonah here, back with another beer review, and I'm feeling a bit battered today. I don't know if you can see, but I've got a sort of got an eye kind of thing, and I've got an eye. Number one, that's a good thing, I guess. But yeah, it's kind of gone a bit bloodshot. Only in this eye. This eye is all right. It's this eye. So if my eye falls out or something, shout, okay, and then yeah, I'll go and put it back in or something. This beer is interesting. It is part of the Restore Our Earth Collaboration Fest, which I can't quite remember exactly what month it is, but it's from these guys, Varvar, and it's also, look at the flag colours. Hopefully you know what those colours mean. It's a Ukrainian beer. It's oak aged vanilla and chocolate porter, in collaboration, obviously, with the Garden Brewery. Hopefully that will focus on there. There we go. Oh, sugar. Need to sort this camera out, man. And the Varvar Brewery, which is this guy over here, Varvar, they're in Kiev, or Kiev, it says. Actually, that's a bit naughty. That label says Kiev, but as we all know, it's not Kiev anymore. It's Kiev. Um, but yeah, this. Sorry, let's try and focus back on here. Dun dun dun. And there's a little thing happening with Russia over there at the moment. As we all know, it's not going to focus, is it? You know what I'm going to do? I am going to go and use, dun dun dun, use the actual book because that'll focus better, hopefully. Oak aged vanilla and chocolate porter from Varvar in Ukraine. ABV is 5.5. And the tasting notes, look at that spider diagram over here. I love these, as you know. Very malty, quite sweet, really healthy mouthfeel. It's got chocolate and vanilla in there. It's got Munich Type 2, Carafa Special 1, Carafa 1, or Carafa Special 1, Carafa 1, Cara Munich Type 3, and it's got barley in it too. Flaked barley. I would imagine it's got some sort of barley in there. But the tasting notes say luxuriant porter with a silken mouthfeel. Layers of roasted and caramel malts create a complex malt profile enhanced with cocoa powder and cacao nibs and vanilla beans in the fermenter. And it's aged in oak barrels. This is going to be a bit of an epic beer. Oh, and the reason why they're in this Restore the Earth magazine is before the war, they were in collaboration with lots of Ukrainian people, and they did some really good things with regards to blood donations. In the article, I thought that was the irony. There is just not wasted upon me. Um, the fact that a Ukrainian brewery were doing lots of blood donations, and now, unfortunately, because of what's happening in the country, that's kind of preparation work, um, yeah, will pay dividends. There was also something in there about recognising women and women's rights and gender rights and all this kind of stuff, which um, is very important. But I think it's important across the board, um, not necessarily favouring, and I haven't had a drink today, favouring anyone, um, even to address a balance. So I don't like positive action, because it's the opposite of what was bad in the first place. So two bads or two wrongs don't make a right. That's what they just say. But they also say three rights make a left. And that's true too. Label out. There is some gumph on there. But yeah, I'm not too worried about that because things in the Ukraine have changed immeasurably over the last year, 2 years. Whoops, had a bit of a spurt on my hand. Oh, shouldn't say that really. And obviously, a lot of people are doing support beers for Ukraine, which is where those colours come from. And it's very simple. Maybe I shouldn't put my face in this one because of that dodgy eye. Or I should, yeah, that eye. Something like that. Oh my god! Right, let's. Has this got? It says it's got flake barley. Has it got oats in it as well? Yes, it's got oats in it as well. Sometimes I don't know if you have two sources of information. I've got the can and I've got my magazine. Sometimes they do not tally up. They do not agree, which is crazy. Right, sorry, there was a little bit of head on there. I shouldn't have put it down. Fast disappearing, let's just say. But look at the colour, really dark head for a change. And they're quite large bubbles. They are not very, very tiny, small, tight-knit nitrogen style bubbles that we do get on here. Now, how strong is this beer? That's the other thing I didn't say. 5.5% on the ABV. Oh, now, look at that. The head has almost disappeared. This is for people that like bitter chocolate. They said there was a good residual sweetness. I'm not getting that at all. I'm getting a lot of bitterness. Now, usually with the stronger beers, like the imperial stouts and stuff, yeah, it kind of sticks on the side. Let's see if we can do it here. Have a look at the side of that glass. Doesn't really stick to the side of the glass either. I really want to like this beer, but I feel disappointed. Yeah, it's too bitter. Has it got best before? Now I imagine this is probably only a couple of months old. This beer. Here we go. No, that's the wrong bit. There's the stamp of quality. Can't see it. I'm sure there's one on there. But it's not out of date, is what I'm saying. This beer is only a couple of months old. And it hasn't been kind to this beer at all. Which is a real shame. I am getting a little bit of that chocolate the powdered chocolate, because I think the bitterness, the cacao nibs, and I've had this before in other beers, is creating that bitterness. As I'm going down the glass, perhaps that bitterness, my palate is kind of adjusting to it, and maybe I am getting a little bit of the sweetness now. But initially, it was incredible bitter chocolate kind of taste. Little bit of carbonation, mild carbonation. I mean, Look at that. That's so weird. There's no head now at all. It's like a mill pond. But as we all know, still water runs deep. The vanilla is there too, but again, really light. And for the amount of speciality malts that have gone in here, there's no coffee, there's no real chocolate from the malts. All the chocolates, the bitter chocolate I can taste, definitely. And I'm now getting the sweet kind of drinking chocolate, the chocolate powder that they put into the boil. The vanilla, not too much. It's a shame. And I really wanted to like this beer because obviously my heart goes out to the people from Ukraine. But yeah, sorry, but this beer is not blowing the wind up my skirt. Out of 5, probably. I mean, I like porter. It's my favourite. The alcohol is hidden well. The flavours aren't though, and the head retention's like flat as a witch's tit. They used to say. I don't think I could give it more than 2.5 half marks. It's not bad beer by it. There's no off flavours. Like there's nothing that shouldn't be there. It all should be there. It's just not quite worked out, in my humble opinion. However, should you want to get one of these beers, absolutely go for it. Varvar from Kyiv in Ukraine. I wouldn't suggest you go there to pick your beers up though. I'm just trying to keep you safe. But yeah, I've had a much better Ukrainian style beer from my local brewery, Gaz, just down the road. They've got an 8% beer. I haven't done a review of it because I was drinking it actually at the tap room. But yeah, in my humble opinion, a much better Ukrainian supporting beer. But cheers to you guys from Varvar, doing a great job. And yeah, I really hope the brewery's still there once you get back in. I mean, Kyiv isn't as bad as places in the east of the country, and definitely better than the places in the south. But I'm not going to start with my political kind of stuff going on there. This has been Uncle Jonah drinking Ukrainian beer, so you guys don't have to. Oh, click like, click subscribe, do all those things to appease the YouTube gods, and we'll see you tomorrow for another beer. Till then, shame on.